We are in geometry. We are on lesson 5-2. Today's date is January 22nd. All right, Pythagorean Theorem. Easy question here. What is it? What is the theorem? Go for it, Ellery. And what's special about A and B and C?
They are, A and B are the legs to a right triangle, and C is the hypotenuse.
Well said. A and B are the legs, C is the hypotenuse. All right, so we're going to be using this, but in a harder version. There are more real-life versions where you would actually use this. So for all of today, assume that we're going to be dealing with right triangles. Assume that we can actually use, thank you, assume that we can actually use the Pythagorean theorem. All right, I need a person to read this, and you get your XP in. Go ahead and read this, Leo. Well read, thank you, Leo. Turn in your card, and Leo, you get your points. All right, so, and there's the path that Brian took. So, how are we going to figure out how far away he is from the starting position? What is this dashed red line? How am I going to find that? Right, Leo? How do I find that distance? Is there any way that I can do this? There's only one person that knows how to do this. I do not, sorry. I only have normal pencils. Golf pencils. Okay, 2 people know how to do this. India, talk to us.
To find the distance you travel on the dashed line, you need the hypotenuse of the two triangles of 5 and 4 and 3 and y, per se. Y.
So you're going to label that Y?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to find the hypotenuse of both of those triangles.
And then add those hypotenuses together?
Yes.
That would work. Okay. The only problem with that is that we don't know what this y distance is. We could do, this is y and this length is 5 minus y, and that would totally work. And there is an easier way to this. So I'm still going to give you, that is full points because that is a totally correct way of doing it. There is an easier way, and I want us to see that easier way because there's a few of these problems on Khan Academy. I don't want us to have to do too much algebra. I will give us a hint. Here's a hint. Make one large triangle. Everyone draw this right now. Make one large triangle right here. Do you know what the lengths of each of those legs are for the large triangle? Is there a quiet raised hand that wants to tell us what those lengths are? Martine.
So the bottom one across, that's 7.
That's 7 because you added 3 and 4. Okay.
And then going up, that's 5.
That's 5. Yeah, there it is. Thank you. Martine, you can turn in your card. All right, is there someone that can actually solve this problem for us now? Help us set it up. Go for it, Colby.
7 squared plus 5 squared equals y squared.
Y squared, okay. And then how do I do this from there? 7 squared is?
49.
5 squared?
25.
Adding them together is? 74. Thank you, Colby. All right. So that is using Pythagorean theorem. I'm almost there. What is my final step? How do I get that y by itself? Right now it's y squared. Do I divide by y? What do I do here? Anna, do you have your card in yet? Not yet? Okay, let's see. Go. How do I do it? Square root both sides, because that cancels each other out. Yeah, that's the answer. Thank you. Square root of 74. And Anna, give you your XP. So what is the square root of 74? What does that approximate to? So by the way, you can always, since everyone here has max, we can spotlight search this and just do SQRT, square root of 74, and it will tell us that is about 8.6, and obviously it goes on forever and ever because it's not an integer, nor is it a rational, so it's 8.6. So if you wanted to know, and we don't need to put this is about, I guess we do because it's round to the nearest tenth, this is about 8.6. And there's our final answer. We did round that to the nearest tenth already. 8.6.
Mr. Sindel,
Yes.
how much XP, or sorry, how much HP do you lose for doing the mocking thing?
The mocking thing, 15. It's rude.
Okay.
All right, any questions on example 1? All right, we're on to example 2. All right, easy XP. Who wants to read this one? Go for it, Caroline.
Romeo is about to make a fence in his yard, and he wants to put it between two trees as shown in the sketch below. How long will it work?
All right, so thank you, Caroline. You can turn in your card.
Is this example of
I don't know how building a fence makes you a racist, but let's go ahead and do this problem. Oh, I guess if it was a wall, it would have been worse. I was not even thinking about that. Sorry if I offended anyone by building a fence.
You kind of like offended half this class because half this class is Mexican. Just
I apologize. Maybe I should have made it a slip and slide from tree to tree. How long is a slip and slide from tree to tree?
That's a lot better.
How long is your awesome slip and slide that you will bash your head into this tree after you end it? How are we going to solve this problem?
Why is the fence crooked?
Yeah, I don't know. The trees are not perfectly aligned. You have to go from tree to tree. How am I going to solve this one? Hint, hint, you're somehow going to have a right triangle because it's Pythagorean Theorem. What am I going to do? I need someone to either verbally explain or come up to the board to show me where the right triangle is going to be.
How much damage does Kobe take for my moves?
80%, yeah.
So if I got hit with 15, he would take all of it?
If you got hit with 15, then he would take 0.8 times 15, which is 0.8 times 15, 12 damage.
So I only take like, okay.
Isn't there a cap to it though?
Yeah, there is. You can only take up to 10. Ellery, do you still have your card? No. Is there someone that doesn't have their card that knows where the right triangle should be drawn? Someone that still has their card. Sorry about that. Who has their card that can draw the right triangle? Otherwise, I'm going to have to cold call on someone.
No, you won't do it.
Jane, do you still have your card?
No.
I'm just going to cold call on you. Who still has their card? Oscar.
Just draw a line down the middle. I don't know.
Come up to the board. Show us.
If you get in front of the class,
You're not wrong whatever you decide to do because the answer is you do draw a straight line, but you can draw it one of two places. Either one is going to be fine.
there's no wrong answers here.
No wrong answers. I don't know.
Take a guess. You still get XP for trying.
Oscar.
So I'm just supposed to draw a line?
Yeah, just draw a line.
Okay.
Make a right triangle.
There we go. I drew a line.
Draw a line to make a right triangle from one of the trees. How about?
Dude, you just make a straight line down.
Boom! Yeah, there it is. You got
I
it.
have such
That
a
is
negative
the
attitude.
exact triangle I was
So
hoping you would draw.
Chris
Thank you,
Brown's
Oscar.
awesome, really.
Yeah, so Oscar was drawing this triangle right here. Let me see how well I copied his line. Pretty good. And that does make a right triangle. Thank you, Oscar. You can turn in your card. That makes a right triangle, but the problem here, obviously I know I'm looking to find the hypotenuse. The problem is I don't know what the legs are. Can someone help me with the legs? What are the lengths of the legs? Someone that has their card still. I know. Everyone has to participate. It's hard. I'm going to have to cold call on someone if someone can't figure it out. Oh, Lorea, yes.
The longer
Yes, the longer leg is 20. It matches up with this length, and you can call. There's actually an easier way to do it. Somehow involves this 20 and 15. 5. It is 5. Yeah, you just subtract the 2. Yeah, I put you on the spot and you did well. Yeah, that's correct, Laura. Thank you. Yeah, so this length is 5 because it was 20, but then if I have to go back 5 to get to the other tree, I have to subtract the 15. So I have 5 here. All right, what I want you to do now is solve this on your own. Check within your group to see if you get the same answer. We know how to set this up. We know how to solve this. Go ahead and do that now. And we're back. Who wants to do this one? Someone set it up, and then someone solve it. I need 2 people to do this. Someone set it up. Drew, you want to set it up?
Sure.
Go for it.
so I did 5 squared plus 20 squared equals y squared.
Equals y squared. Okay, yep, that is the correct way to set it up. And then I need another person to solve it. So Chewy, you are in. You can turn in your card, Chewy. Someone else solve it. Show me step by step. How do I do this? Someone that still has their card. Otherwise, I'm cold calling on you.
So what should I use?
Step by step. Cheyenne?
No.
Should I waste my
25.
should I just waste even lower before I do?
Okay, then I'm going to add those 425. What do I do after I have 425 is equal to y squared, Cheyenne? Square root both sides. Yep. Thank you, Cheyenne. And I need a final person to help me round this one. Cheyenne, you can turn in your card. Who can help me round the square root of 425? Right now I have y, this unknown length, which I'm calling y, is equal to the square root of 425. How do I round that? Aurelio?
Square it, and then you get 20.6.
20.6. So this is approximately equal to 20.6. Did he get it right? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Everyone else got 20.6? Perfect. There it is, 20.6. Thank you, Aurelio. You can turn in your card. And you are in Classroom Dojo.
Yeah, that's right.
You were
Oh, you
participating. Thank you. All right.
That's so lame. Like there's there's
Don't. Hey, it's
Did you
it's
hear
fun.
that? Did you hear that? That was a negative.
All right. So I need
was
a
negative.
person to.
It's the same thing.
That was a negative.
I need a.
Hey, that's ratting on. That's ratting on. You
No,
should
it's
do
not.
the XP too.
No, that's a negative.
Wait, I really can't.
That makes me
Okay.
feel bad. Oh my god.
I don't even know. You're being negative. You're finding negative behavior, and Jaden was being negative.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, he was.
You laughed. You encouraged me, so you should lose HP too, Mr. Sindor.
Okay, I lost HP.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now give him 15 minutes.
Who wants to read this one?
Kobe should-
Emily, go for it. It's a little bit hard. This is pronounce. Or do you want to take a guess how to pronounce it?
I didn't lose any HP for that, Kobe.
Just Louvre. Yeah, French is fun. Thank you. You can turn in your card. How many people, by show of hands, have actually seen this in a picture, the glass triangle before? Or better yet, who has even seen it in person? How many people have seen this before in a picture, by show of hands? Let me show, this is a sketch, so it would come out nice in your notes, but let's actually look up pyramid. Let's look up a picture of what it actually looks like. It's super cool. At night, it has a bunch of lights in it. Louvre. I think that's how it's pronounced. I hope I'm not teaching a giant class of people how it's incorrectly pronounced. Yeah, but the Louvre pyramid is super cool. It has pyramids, these tiny pyramids on each 4 sides. I don't know if it's actually oriented to the correct ways of a compass, like north, east, south, west, but I would guess it is. I don't know enough about it, but I know that it has giant triangles, which means we can use the Pythagorean Theorem.
Could I walk on that?
You cannot walk on the pyramid, no.
Why?
Because
Yeah, but
that's
the
real
glass-
mean. Oh, I'm pretty sure it would be able to withstand it, but I don't think you should ever do
How do people clean it?
that. I don't know if it ever gets cleaned. These are many questions that I need the answers to. Please tell me the answers to this. All right, but what it's saying here is that the height of each of these glass panes, this height right here, the height of each triangle's face is 27.5, and it's hard to see on here. Maybe you want to write it out here and say 27.5 is attached to the height. Whatever you want to do for your notes works for me. But the height of each of these faces of the triangle is 27.5. And I know that the base of each face, this length down here for the entire base, is 34. Everything is measured in meters, as it should be, because metric, which is better than imperial in almost every way. So how am I going to find the length of this edge right here? This edge length. Well, we have a right triangle, so what am I going to do? This one's a little bit tricky, but I think we can do it. And how many people still have their cards? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There are 2 people that still have their cards, and I think I know who those 2 are. All right. if I want, I can redraw this diagram. Let's all redraw this together. Here is the face of the triangle. We know that the height is 27.5. We know that this entire length here, this entire length is 34. Oh, wow, Mr. Sindel, this looks like an isosceles triangle problem that we had before. And the answer is yes. Yes, it is. The thing that we're trying to find, we'll call it x. That hypotenuse. All right. So I think Brian and Adziri are the two people out there. So it's between the two of you. What am I going to do? First of all, I need to find this length right here. The trouble is I have the full length. So what is that smaller length between Adziri and Brian? The full length is 34. How do I find just this small piece? So it's going to be half of 34. I'm going to give you both the XP for that. So Adziri has the process, Brian has the math. It is indeed 17. All right, everyone can participate as many times as they would like. Both of you can turn in your cards. Thank you. Brian, next time, make sure to raise your hand. So excited about the answer. Okay. All right, who can set up this problem for me? Beverly, Bev Cheetos, go.
17 squared plus 27.5 equals x.
There it is. Thank you, Beverly. Turn in your card. Or you already have your card in. You get an additional 50 XP. All right. I need people to help me with a calculator. Ellery, help me out.
17 squared is 289, and 27.5 squared is 756.2.
756.25 is equal to x squared. Thank you, Ellery. All right. I need people to add. People to add. Colby. 1045. There's a 0 in there. 0.25 is equal to x squared. Colby gets more XP. I need someone to take the square root of both sides. What is the square root of both of those sides? Only one person. If there's no one in the next 3 seconds, we'll give it to her. Give it to someone in the next 2. Ah, there it is, Beverly.
Mr. Snell?
3, 2, 1. Ellery, go for it.
It's 32.3.
0.33 is equal to x. And it said, it did not say what to round to, so we're just going to assume that that's good enough.
Why is it not working?
There's our final answer. I can check it. Square root of 1045.25 is 32.33032. We'll just round to the nearest hundredth, that's fine.
It's not working.
All right, any questions on today's lesson? Today's lesson was all about trying to find that hidden right triangle. You all know how to find hypotenuse and legs once we have the right triangle, but the hard part is finding that right triangle. No more questions? All right, go ahead and write your summaries. After you finish the summary, you can begin on the paper homework or on the Khan Academy homework.